Alright gang, welcome back to our one-tile challenge here in Calm Lands. It is now March. The silage is ready to go, as we've all kind of agreed upon, and a lot of you made some comments in the last episode. So thank you very much for your input, I really appreciate it. We are going to allow us to be able to sell the silage the next day, because that's typically what it would be if you were to wrap them anyway. And I do not think that the poll that I put down is unrealistic, and it seems like for the most part everyone agrees with me on that, since it is going at a slower pace than some of the super overpowered ones do, which is what I said to stay away from. No matter what, even if we do get a bunch of it done, we're not allowed to sell that silage the same day. We have to wait to the next day, just like you would if you were to wrap them, utilizing that poll. So that just helps us out a little bit, but I'm glad that most people do agree with that statement, and they all think that it is a smart investment. So it's helping us out a lot. I think it matches and it goes well with our small farm approach that we're trying to go for here. And yeah, so we've got 8,500 liters of silage here that we are going to go sell to the animal dealer. Now, we could sell it directly to our little shop that we put on our land, but it's about a $6 difference per 1,000 liters. And although that doesn't seem like a lot, I'd like to get the most we can out of this silage here because we need the money. Now, one other note to bring up here, we have a bit of a problem with the coarse salt. It is still not spawning a pallet. I don't know how many people... I did see, hilariously, that Rusty put out a video. It's been a couple of episodes now, but the video the exact same day that I did the salt marsh that I added to our farm. He also added that same exact thing, so we both had the same exact idea. Promise you we did not talk to each other, anything like that. It just happened to be coincidence that we both decided to put down a salt marsh. He put down the smaller one, I put down the medium-sized one. But nonetheless, we did both put down the salt marsh. But maybe he knows. I did ask him. I have not looked for a reply yet. He may have replied, but I have not looked yet. I don't know what's going on with the coarse salt. I don't know if we just have to utilize it in a other production, because there is that other production I talked about in the last episode, which makes road salt, right, for snow. I don't know if that's what we need, or if we just turn it on to auto-selling now that we actually have a spot to sell it, because our little selling point here allows us to sell coarse salt there, if it'll actually produce us money. I really don't know the answer to that. So I guess we'll have to figure that out as we move along here. The nice thing is this will just kind of populate into the trailer for us, and it does give me enough room to turn around. That's kind of why I wanted to put it there. I wanted to kind of have be like a centerpiece that we could just wrap around, and we might start working a little bit more on trying to clean the yard up today, making it look a little bit cleaner, a little bit neater. But we are also going to be doing a drilling today. So the field that we kind of prepped recently over there is ready to be drilled. We can put oats in today, and I think we're going to do that. So that's good. Everything else, for the most part, is doing well. The sheep are good. Our salt marsh is fine. They both have plenty of water. They have plenty of food for now. So that's kind of the goals here, as I want us to get rid of all the silage here, sell all the silage, get us a little bit of incoming money here. Because as it currently stands, we're just plateauing with the loan. We might be losing $5 or $10 here every month, but we're basically plateauing with the loan. We need to actually start getting some money in our bank account so we can actually start, progressing here. We're a number of episodes in now, and we have been sitting and hovering around no money at all for quite a while. So we need to start producing something. So this silage beam, whatever you want to call it, pole, is going to help us with that big time. So how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. As you can see, we're making just over $1,000 every trailer load, which is great. We're going to be doing a lot of trailer loads up here. We had about 50,000 liters, something like that. So we got quite a few more to go here before we're going to be empty. If we have some time today, we might do a little more mowing and try to put that into the silage pole. But really our goal is in the distance, the field that we kind of plowed up recently, getting that drilled with oat. All right, so here we go. You can see we still have 5 animals right now. Their health's 100%. They're good. Their food's good. Water's good. We could probably top them off with a little bit of water, but they're, for the most part, good. This bale has been touched, looks like a little bit, but there's still plenty here. There's over almost 7,000 liters of grass there. We do have our 1 pallet of wool that started here, but it is a very small amount. As you can see, it's only 129 liters, and that's due truly to the fact that we really only have 3 adults in here. The rest of them, the other 2 are babies, right? So we're not really producing a whole lot of wool yet, but once they start reproducing with each other and we start actually gaining some more sheep, we are going to continue to get more and more out of that, which is great. Fields are doing good. They look good. Might even consider expanding these fields out slightly more now that we kind of have a little bit of a better idea of what's going on with our yard, at least for now. As I've mentioned at the very beginning, there's a chance, it's probably a slim chance, but there's a chance as we carry along later on, we might move the yard around, we might move some stuff around. It does mean kind of having to restart some of the fields, things like that, but if we get a better idea, we get better, location for something, maybe a production we decide to put down, who knows, we might move some things around later on. And that's perfectly allowed. Really, the only thing you're not allowed to get rid of is the tractor and the trailer that we have here. Doesn't necessarily mean you can't buy another one. We can certainly buy another tractor, another trailer, whatever. We can always do that. But you're just not allowed to sell these. They have to stay with you through the entirety of the series. There's a lot of people doing this series now, man. I can't even keep up with how many people are doing this series. It's hard for me to watch everyone's video. There's we're in double digits now, which is insane, gang. It's absolutely insane. So the outpouring support for this series has been remarkable. It's I'm very, very happy that it was this many people were interested in this kind of a series. It's I always had this kind of idea in the back of my head, man, but that Roller Coaster Tycoon playing that just triggered it. So it's probably going to be, I might have mentioned this already, but I just have a feeling it's probably going to be one of my most successful series that I've done on the channel. And I realize we're super early in the series, but it just feels, it has that feeling like it's going to be that, right? We have a couple more trips here to do. We probably have 2 and maybe a third trip that has a very, very small amount, but I was looking in the used market, as we always do, and there's some great stuff out there. We're not going to be able to afford any of it, but nice cloths, a nice case. I love this case, by the way. Old school case international harvesters that look like this, the squared body ones. I love them. I absolutely love them. This is the tractor I would want in real life, 100%. I don't really need one, but that's what I would want. They're sweet, right? It's an awesome tractor. Unfortunately, it's not really in the cards right now. We're not going to have the money, first of all, and second of all, we really don't need it specifically right now. But I'd love to have that. I'd love to have that. There's also a pickup truck out here. There's a mower. A really nice mower. But at $24,000, we're not going to be anywhere near that today or probably in the near future here, right? Really what we're doing now is trying to get this money built up, save this money because we're going to need it for the harvester. Now, speaking of the harvester, what we're going to buy as far as the harvester goes is we're going to purchase, I might have showed it once before, but I'm going to show it again. It's the MF310. So, $10,500 plus $2,800 for the harvester. So, we need around 13 grand, which we should be able to do in time with the silage pole, right? And not including the salt, right? The salt's going to help us, but that's just a slow process waiting for them to spawn. Speaking of the salt marsh specifically, we've got 2,100 liters of salt in there, 693 liters of fine salt, and 673 liters of flour salt. Now, that flour salt, I've talked about it. It's a little... That's going to be the moneymaker for us. You're only going to get 1 pallet of that about a month. I think it's 1 pallet every 9 or 10 months, something like that. It's a big moneymaker. that is going to produce us with some money that we can actually utilize and spend and splurge on trying to buy some different equipment or whatever it is we want to do. Productions, whatever. So we got a couple more months before that's going to show up, though. I mean, we're gaining, I think, around a couple, maybe 100 or 200 liters per month, maybe, somewhere around there. So, I mean, we got a ways before that is going to be utilized. But what it is, that's going to be an exciting time. I think what I'm going to try to do today, we'll wait till we get closer to 10 o'clock and just see if the money jumps up or not. But we're going to turn the coarse salt onto auto-selling. We'll just turn, I mean, you can't turn, let me reword this. You cannot turn one or the other onto selling. It's all of it. So if I turn this salt marsh right now onto auto-selling, it's going to sell everything we have, which means it'll sell the flour of salt and everything else. So now that I've kind of said that to myself, I don't know if I want to do that. I kind of want to spawn the flour of salt. And the reason why I want to spawn the flour of salt is because I don't necessarily want to sell it right now. I don't know if it's best to sell. I guess if it's best to sell, then maybe we can do it, but it's not. It's $4,000 less than what it would normally be. And as you can see, this is, you know, basically that's like the close of the salt marsh, is that flour of salt. So I think we got one more trailer load, and there might be a little bit left over. I think if there is anything left over, I'm just going to keep it there for the next time we have silage selling, which will probably be in the next episode, right? If we have the time to mow the grass today. I'm sure we will. So I stand corrected, gang. We did not have a little bit more than a full trailer load. We had a little bit less than a full trailer load. So this is good. This is going to get us closer to probably $66,000. $66,000. $6,600. $6,500. I wish we had $66,000. So we'll see. Well, I'm wrong. I'm always wrong. $6,743 total. $990 off that last sale. So good. That's good, man. It gives us a little bit more breathing room here from what we have not had for the last couple of episodes. So let's get this back here. Let's hook up to the drill, and we'll get started. Alright, so I did run a test, gang, and it does appear that the salt will not sell automatically unless it has hit the amount it needs to for it to spawn a pallet. And because of that reason, I'm going to go ahead right now and we're going to flip this on to selling. Now, the reason why we're going to do that is because the coarse salt right now is... It's starting to drop in price, but it is the best price for it to sell right now. It was really technically February and March are the best times to sell that coarse salt. So because of that reason... we're going to go ahead and put it on auto selling. We just got to remember to turn that back off once we hit 12 o'clock or before we end the episode. We want to try to get as much money as we possibly can right now because we really could use it as we continue to progress here and trying to, well, really save up for the harvester and the header, right? Now, I don't know how much we're going to get. Coarse salt is not, you're not making a ton of money off coarse salt. That's the reason why it populates so quickly. It's not worth a lot. But every little bit helps, right? Every little bit helps right now for us. So we'll see what we end up getting. I mean, I'll be happy if we get $500 out of it, I think. Might be less than that. I really don't know. So for now, what we're going to do is just kind of mow up some of this grass that we have remaining. As you can see, it is taking a while for the other grass to really grow back here. We mowed that a while, well, I say a while ago. It was just 2 episodes ago, I guess, now at this point, but it still really hasn't produced any grass yet, so it's going to be a little bit before we can probably mow that again. So not sure if we'll even have any grass that we'll be able to mow in the next episode or not, and if not, we'll have to figure out something else to do, right? What I might end up doing is leaving some of the grass here over in the yard area as it is, in case we need it, in case we're in dire straits and we need a little bit of money. That way we can get some. But we should be okay, because all of this is going to go into our little silo, our little silage pole, I guess. And we're not going to be able to sell it until April anyway, right? So realistically, that flower of salt pallet hopefully will spawn somewhere. I was going to say May, but it might not be till June. I don't know. But whenever it does, we'll hopefully the price will be decent soon, so we can sell it. We might end up having to just sell it outright, even if it's not the best time to sell it when it finally does spawn, just due simply to the fact that we will need the money for the harvester, right? We really will. This grass is going to help, and obviously we've got almost 7,000, but I don't think we're going to be able to get to about the $13,000, $14,000 range we need with the remaining grass we have here to mow, because obviously this amount that we're mowing up right now and we're going to be able to bale is not going to be as much as it was in the last couple of episodes, right? We don't have as much grass here as we did in the last couple of episodes, I guess what I'm trying to get at. So we're not going to make as much money. Hopefully all that makes sense. I'm sure it does. You've seen me do a lot of mowing, but unfortunately that's really where we're at right now in the series, right? We're early on trying to scrape off the barrel some money, right? The bottom of the barrel, we're just trying to claw and scrape and get our way up and into a little bit more of a feasible area. Now, there's a couple other thoughts and ideas that I had, and one of them is, if you've been around the channel for a long time, you already know what I'm going to be talking about when I say it's my most hated thing in this game. The thing I hate to do more than anything else. I thought about buying a roller. I hate rolling. I can't explain to you why I hate rolling, but I hate rolling. I like the way that the fields look after you've rolled them, but I really, really despise, I can't even tell you how much I despise rolling. It is probably my least favorite thing to do, and I think I'd rather do potatoes than rolling, and a lot of you who've been around for a long time know how much I hate potatoes too. So yeah, I don't get it. I don't know why, but it irks me. I hate rolling, so I try to not roll in most series as much as possible, but I think for this series, given the complexity and how difficult it is, we are going to have to consider rolling here, because we're going to want every single bit we possibly can get of money, right? Every bit of money we can possibly get, we're going to want, which means we want to have the best yielding crop fields as possible. Right now, that's not going to be the case because we just don't have enough money. Now, we could buy a small roller, very small roller, for like $800, I think. $1,000, something like that. And while that would help us overall, I'm still kind of rethinking, I'm reconsidering that. I'm not sure that I want to do that for that price, because it will take a long time. Our fields are not massive by any means, they really are not, but it would still take a long time to do that one. It's about like a 1.5 or 2 meter width, something like that. So I'm not sure it really, overall for gas, wear and tear and all that, is worth doing right now. So I think for now, I'm going to hold off on the rolling, which internally I'm screaming and excited about. I'm screaming in a happy way. But eventually we are going to have to do some rolling. So perhaps there'll be a mod that comes out on Mod Hub soon that maybe is a little bit better. A little bit wider width that's still in the relatively the $1,000, $2,000 range. That's really what I'm looking for. There is one out there that we can use that would help us out, and it's a decent width, but it's like $6,000 or $5,000, something like that. And while I'm technically fine doing that, it would take up all the money we have. And I just mentioned to you that really the next step, the next goal for us really needs to be either a windrower or a harvester, or both. We really need that pallet of flour salt. That's what we need more than anything. I'm praying to the Lord up above that I'm praying to the farming gods, whatever you want to call it, the farming simulator gods. I'm praying that we will have one of those spawned before we need the harvester. I really don't know if that's going to happen or not. So that's where my concern is, and that's the reason why I'm saying I don't really know if I should be spending $800 here, $1,000 here, $2,000 here on some other equipment right now until we get something that we absolutely have to have. Because if we get to a situation where one of these fields over here is ready to harvest, and we don't have enough money for that harvester, we're going to be losing a lot of money whenever the time comes. That crop is going to wither, and we're going to basically get no money out of it at all. And that, to me, is a bigger threat and a bigger worry than the stupid roller. Or, I guess in most cases, a windrower too, right? All right, we're going to say that's sufficient for now. Like I said, there is grass over there around the yard area, all that stuff that we can mow up. Eventually, we are not going to be able to mow this area because I'm going to be painting over it. I had talked about early in this episode that we might do a little bit of that. There's still a chance that I might do some of that. But it might not be to the next episode at this point. Like I said, we got to leave something for the next episode, and right now at this point I'm not even sure what we're going to do in the next episode because we're going to have very little to do. I don't expect that grass over there to be ready to mow. So we're going to have to figure something out. Which might mean that we're putting down some more placeable production-like things, or animals, whatever. Speaking of animals, a lot of you are correct, and if for whatever reason it just dawned on me when you said that makes a lot of sense. So the bees, right? We got rid of the bees recently, and I didn't think it's because there was something wrong with the production. In FS25, they've changed the way bees work. So in FS22, the bees would work, at least from my experience, the entirety of the year, all year round. They do not do that anymore, and I did not realize that, and I just didn't think about it when I got rid of them. I should have. It should have clicked in my head that maybe they're in the dormant state, because in real life bees go dormant in the winter anyway, right? So basically what everyone told me in the comments, multiple of you, and thank you for that, is that bees do go dormant in the winter in FS25, which I think is a good change. I think it makes sense. It just was not in my brain. I was not thinking about it. I was like, oh, we could put bees down. Bees are constant income eventually, right? Because they're going to constantly be producing honey. But they actually go dormant now, which is good. I like that change. It makes it more difficult. You can't just make a lot of money off of bees for free, basically. Bees, with the exception of, putting down the hive, you mean there's no maintenance to them at all. None whatsoever. So we will put some bees back down. I'm not sure when. That probably might be then something we do in the next episode as well. I've got some ideas of some minor changes we're going to do to the bees. We are still going to put them surrounding, I think, around the barn there. I do like that idea. It doesn't take up a whole lot of space. I like the idea a lot. But as far as where they're going to spawn at, I've got a new mod that I've installed that I'm just going to slightly tease. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing that exciting, but we're going to do something different. Instead of them just spawning on the ground, we're going to utilize this mod that has come out. So that'll probably happen in the next episode, I would suspect. And there you go. It has hit 12 o'clock. We are up to $7,824. So we made almost $1,000, I think, off of that. And as you can clearly see here, the fine salt and the flour salt are still there. They did not sell. So we're going to go ahead and put this back onto storing again. So that's good. That covers all of that. We don't have to worry about that anymore. I'm going to try to see if I can just deposit this directly onto the pole here and see if it'll accept it. I don't know if this is going to work or not. We're going to try it. What the hell happened to my bale? Oh, I guess it accepted it already. Man, it took it before it even completely was removed out of the baler. It accepted it. Yeah, okay, that worked. Good. Well, now we know we can do that, I guess. I mean, I guess that's technically one other way to save some time. I think I turned it back off. I'm not sure if it actually worked or not. I didn't have the menu up. Let me see if I did it correctly here. Yeah, I think it's back off. So if I do it this way, that means what that does mean is I can just continue to eat up the grass off the ground here, and whenever it gets full, I can just drive it over there, unload it into the actual bale pole, or bale pole, the silage pole, whatever. I always call it something different. The spike. I'm just going to call it the spike from now on. I'm going to unload the bale into the spike, and it can start working directly on making it into silage, which is good, man. That's going to produce some money for us in the next episode. That's going to be very helpful. Now, the nice thing about this is, for whatever reason, if we don't finish picking up all of this grass today, we can always do it in the next episode, right? It's not really going to go away. I'm not saying we will not get it all picked up today, but on the off chance that we don't, there's always that option. Yeah, perfect. And that saves me a little bit of time from having to go and pick them up with the pallet fork, right? Awesome. All right, well, let's get to work here, gang. Let's get some more of this field done. Maybe we'll do the whole field. All right, well, we ended up doing the entire thing. We're pretty much done here. Got another little pass here, and then a couple little spots where we missed a little tiny bit, little chunks over the place. But for the most part, we got it all up off the grass here, or off the ground here, I guess I should say, and into the pylon there, or the spire, the spike. I did have one bale that I evidently did not set up properly, and it unloaded over there, so we're going to have to go pick that up and bring it over here. But that's okay. Let's see if I can get this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. It's pretty close. I think we got it. Yeah, we got it. Good. All right, let's go put this away. The rest of this can just stay in the baler for now. There's no reason to not leave it in there. I'm already thinking I want to move this shed. Seems like very few people are actually keeping the shed, which I guess makes a whole lot of sense. It's not the greatest shed in the world. I like it, but it's not the greatest shed. And I get it. And it's a little bit of money back, right? At the beginning. $500 or whatever. Something like that. Alright, let's go pick up this bale. Put it in the spike. And honestly, at that point, we're going to call this an episode. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, consider smashing the like button for me. Subscribe if you're new. All that good stuff helps me out an absolute ton. Thoughts, questions, comments, ideas. You know the drill. Let me know down below. Happy to get back to you on those. Thanks to my 15 members. Cannot thank you guys enough. If you want to become a member, links down below in the description. Link for the Discord's also down there. As always, everything you need is in the description. What a day, man. What a day. Very productive day. We've got 4 legitimate crop fields now. Most of our grass is completely mowed. Sheep are doing well. Salt marsh is doing well. Should have at least 1 pallet of regular salt should be spawned for the next episode. It's a good day, man. It's a good day. Having a lot of fun. Just drilled the drill. Way to go, Z. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.